Alright, here we go. Week 8, NFL, Halloweeny week. So you know something crazy is probably going to happen that time of year. Get a nice game on Thursday night, or at least on paper. You get 7-0 Arizona against Green Bay at 6-1. The only problem is Green Bay might have to dig up Donald Driver and Greg Jennings to play receiver, because they're basically all out except for Randall Cobb and maybe Valdez Scantling, and then Equinemius St. Brown, probably have a game or whatever. But this is going to be a tough game for Green Bay. I mean, listen, Rodgers can can make it work, keep him in the game, but I mean, Arizona's going to win. And as far as I mean, Cobb's a hot fantasy play right now because all the receivers are out. He's getting a bunch of tight. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets shut down, because I mean, you don't have Devontae Adams, you don't have Lazard. I mean, how hard is it going to be for Arizona to bottle up Randall Cobb? Now, maybe he gets a bunch of short passes and that'll work, but listen, if you're desperate, with bye weeks and you need someone who might have, what they call upside, I guess Cobb is a play there, but I wouldn't be surprised if that starts your week off with a disappointment. But who cares? I'm not playing him. Maybe I'm going to be one in the 20 leagues. I might have him in there. But Arizona will win the game. And then you go to Sunday, the early games. You got Carolina at Atlanta. I mean, are the Falcons good? I mean, they might be good. I don't know. I mean, they definitely can move the ball. They definitely can score points. And Carolina, I don't know what the hell's happened to Carolina, but they've fallen off the face of the earth here. And again, their first 3 games, I mean, they didn't beat anybody too impressive, but they look good doing it. And Darnold looked like he was free of the Jets hex, but he goes right back to the Meadowlands and looks like garbage. But Atlanta could be a sneaky playoff contender. I don't know. It's just something. I mean, Matt Ryan just keeps knocking it out week after week. Very consistent. Very good quarterback, and they've got weapons. And now Pitts is blowing up. They got Ridley. Patterson's having a big year. I mean, I don't know. Atlanta's an interesting team. Their defense isn't half bad, but I'll take Atlanta to win this game. Miami's at Buffalo. Buffalo destroyed them 35-0 or 42, whatever it was last time. Probably getting more of the same this week. Miami, I keep hearing they're going to trade for Deshaun Watson. I still don't know why. The guy's got a lot of baggage, and Tua's starting to play better. But this game Buffalo's going to win this game. Right? I'm talking about this game. San Francisco is at Chicago. 49ers, when you're at home and it's a monsoon and you got the Colts, which the Colts aren't a great team. You let them drop 30 on you. I don't, and you were running the ball well early in the game. I don't know. The 49ers I don't know. They're a weird team. I mean, they should be better than they are, but then you understand why they're not, because offensively, it's they just don't have consistent quarterback play. I mean, hopefully Lance is eventually that guy for them. But listen, the Bears are a mess too. And listen, if the Niners defense can't handle the way Justin Fields has been playing lately, I don't know what to tell you. I'll take 49ers to win the game, but I don't trust either one of these teams. Pittsburgh's at Cleveland. The Browns, tough win last Thursday, with all their running backs out and Baker out. Baker's back, but Baker's limited. He's got to be limited. He's got a shoulder thing. I don't know how the hell he's even playing. But Steelers coming off a bye. I'm taking the Steelers here. I don't know. I think Cleveland got away with the fact that they were going against Denver, which is not a great team. They barely beat them at home. Again, they're getting Chubb back, but I don't know. Again, Cleveland should be better than what they are, but the injuries are really, I think, hampering their ability to be better or whatever. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh in this one. The Phillies at Detroit. Detroit still hasn't won a game. They were feisty against the Rams last week, from what I understand, because I'll be honest, I watched about 2 seconds of that game. Philly, again, they're going to have weeks where they look good, and then weeks where they don't. Obviously, this is a week where you would expect them to look better, and again, they've got weapons, at least at the receiving end, I want to take Detroit here. I'll be quite honest, because listen, Detroit's gonna beat somebody at some point, and I'd like to think it'd be Philly this week, but I think I'll stick with Philly because I think that their defense can get to Goff and make things uncomfortable. Where I can't say the same the other way. So whatever. Tennessee's in Indianapolis. Titans. Listen, Titans are going to win a division. I was going to say, they might get a 2 seed, but having a 2 seed doesn't matter anymore, isn't that? Because they have 7 teams. So, but the Tennessee could go into those playoffs. One of the top 2 teams in the conference. And Derrick Henry is ridiculous. You can't. Listen, at some point he's going to break down, but I don't know if it's anytime soon. The guy's a monster. Good luck trying to tackle him. And when he's on, Tennessee's tough to beat. You can't count for him. And then if he gets rolling, then that opens up everything else. Blah blah blah. And the Colts. Listen, they got a nice road win last week. But really, Wentz threw up a couple things that happen to come down. If he plays like that again, I don't know if he's going to be as successful here. I'm going to take Tennessee to win a game. It should probably be a close game, but basically Tennessee, wraps up the AFC South if they win this one. But I'll take Titans. Cincinnati's at the Jets. The Bengals are the #1 seed in the AFC right now, and I listen. 88 is probably the last time you were able to say that at any given point in the season. And listen, big win in Baltimore. The Ravens are a good team, but they're obviously sloppier than they normally are. But Jamar Chase is ridiculous. They got so many weapons, Bengals. So they're always going to be in the game. And Burrow is, Burrow's got 2-3 touchdown passes every week. When teams put up points like that, you got to keep with them. And Baltimore couldn't hang with them last week because they don't have any running outside of Lamar Jackson. They keep getting the 2015 All-Stars to try. Why they're ignoring Tyson Williams, I don't know. I don't understand. I only care about it for fantasy, but it just doesn't make sense. A young guy that showed what he could do in the first game or 2 of the season, and they just, I don't know, they just want to keep trotting out Devonta Freeman, Le'Veon Bell, and all these guys. And I don't understand why Tyson's not getting more of an opportunity. But again, I'm looking at it from a fantasy perspective, and probably so is he. So whatever. Why am I talking about the Ravens? Cincinnati's gonna beat the Jets. God, the Jets. I don't even go with the Jets. They're gonna lose. The Rams are at Houston. Maybe Houston gets Tyrod Taylor back. And maybe they keep it competitive, but they won't. I mean, the Rams are just going to put up a ton of points, take care of business. Cooper Kupp's ridiculous. And that's all we need to talk about. Rams are going to win that game. Late afternoon Sunday, you got New England at the Chargers. New England dropped 54 on the Jets last week. Again, I didn't see a lot of that game, so I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Jets had a bunch of turnovers in that game. So, New England just must have been moving the ball real easily. I mean, I don't know what the hell was going on, but they just kept scoring. And listen, Mac Jones is, he's looked good for a rookie. I mean, he's played pretty well. Obviously, he continues to get better. Then that offense, will be able to put some points on the board. I don't know that they have the skill people necessarily. Damian Harris is okay running back. They got committee there anyway. They got, the receivers are not, guys that jump out at you. But, Hunter Henry's a good tight end. And, they got serviceable guys, which against lesser teams is, going to work out for them. And the Jets are certainly a lesser team. But they're getting the Chargers this week. Chargers defense should be able to keep this off New England offense at bay. Justin Herbert, they're coming off a bad week and then a bye, so they're itching to get out there and do something productive. So I'll take the Chargers this week. And then we get Jacksonville at Seattle. Seattle needs Russell Wilson back. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. Geno Smith's not awful, but they just. And I know last week that Lattimore was all over DK, but I don't understand sometimes why Seattle just doesn't throw the ball. They did it with Russell Wilson. Everyone was screaming, for a long time that they didn't let Russell Wilson just throw the ball. And now they're doing the same thing with Geno Smith, and that was a winnable game for the Seahawks, and they didn't take advantage. But now again, Jacksonville will come in. Jacksonville's a mess. Trevor Lawrence, whatever. He'll be good, but it's just he looks more like a rookie than some of these other guys right now. But I'll take Seattle to win the game, but God, don't be surprised if Jacksonville pulls one out of it. But it's two garbage teams, I guess. Two more garbage teams: Washington and Denver. Washington's defense been a huge disappointment. They're getting Denver this week, so hopefully they can look solid. But again, I'm not taking this Washington team on the road to do anything. Not that Denver is going to light it up, but it'll be a close game. Probably 90% of games are anyway, so not really providing any insight there, which I normally don't. But Denver will be Washington. Let's see here. What is this guy doing? All right, here we go. Then you get Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Jameis is every other week. 1 week he looks good, next week didn't look good last week, but they got the win, so that's what counts. Saints brought back Mark Ingram, so give them a little bit of depth. Spell Kamara here and there. But listen, Tampa's going to win the game because Tom Brady's ridiculous and they just score a ton of points. It's not that you don't really need to kind of break it down any more than that. Team is loaded with talent, scores a lot of points, probably going to win most of their games. And New Orleans is okay at times. They can be explosive, but they're not consistent enough. We're going to keep up with Tampa, so I'll take Tampa. And you get your Sunday night game. Dallas is at Minnesota. The Cowboys coming off the bye. Everything clicking. Just looking great. Listen, this is going to be a tough game. Minnesota's obviously good. They'll be in contention for playoff spot. And I take the Cowboys to win the game. Hopefully they spent the bye week learning about clock management and play calling in critical situations. Hopefully they were able to brush up on that stuff, because really that's the only thing that's keeping this team from. They're 5-1, so it's not like they're keeping them from winning. But eventually these things, these mistakes they're getting away with, eventually they're not going to get away with them anymore. So hopefully McCarthy was able to brush up on that. If he needs any help, I'm more than happy to sit down with him, explain how clock management works. But I'll take Cowboys to win the game. And then on Monday night, the Giants are at the Chiefs. When I mapped out my picks for Survivor every week, I'm like, all right, well, Chiefs week 8, that should be a lock against the Giants. But now it's like, God, you can't trust the Chiefs to do anything right. They just keep turning the ball over, and listen, Mahomes, from what I understand, because I haven't watched a ton of it, but Mahomes, receivers having things bounce off their hands and into defenders' hands for interceptions, but he hasn't played great either. They've got a serious Super Bowl hangover, and I don't know who has the cure, but listen, they better beat the Giants. Now again, Mahomes should play. I think he's out of concussion protocol, and hopefully he doesn't have setback. He's gonna play. But man, if they don't beat the Giants, I don't know what to tell you. It wasn't that long ago where, I'm telling you, when you get blown out in a Super Bowl, it does affect the rest of your career. It just does. Before that Super Bowl, Mahomes could do no wrong. He was the greatest thing ever. He was going to be the greatest quarterback ever. He was going to win all Super Bowls left and right. And now they can't even hold on to the ball. It's amazing how mortal the guy and the team became suddenly. And it all started with that getting blown out by the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. Now listen, they're talented enough where they can get it back, but they're not. They got an uphill battle. Listen, beat the Giants on Sunday, and then get yourselves back on the right track. Because here's what's gonna happen. Eventually they'll get it together. They'll get in the playoffs, maybe as a wild card, but then they'll be that nobody wants to see Kansas City, bullshit that they always do around playoff time. Okay. So, that's probably where the Chiefs are headed this year, but they should beat the Giants on Sunday. So there it is. Again, week 8. Halloween's. Sunday's gonna be nuts. My kids got his baseball playoffs. Fortunately, they started the bracket early enough where the thing should be knocked out. Assuming they go to the championship, it should be over by about 5 o'clock on Sunday. So then you get home and you can watch Cowboys Vikings Sunday night while all the kids come to the house for free candy. So there you go, week 8 NFL.